Good morning, folks. I'm really truly starting to believe that there's something screwed up with my phone. I think it's from the factory. I think Samsung is doing the same thing that Apple was doing with their iPhones. That's degrading the performance so that you have to buy a new one. And that really does suck. Because I've tried to get online 4 times this morning, and every time it's the same darn thing. So this is my second restart. Hopefully the camera will stay on this time. Good morning. I see you guys in Killeen, Texas. Ironhead, Albert Ruiz the third, Carlos Quintero, Albert Ruiz, Rob. Oh my goodness, all my Ironhead, Derek Scott, Dirty 151. Appreciate all you guys. Swope, George, and X-Man, Clarence Swope, LaRock Drifter. I see all you guys this morning. So, Lady Hurricane, good morning to you. So first of all, I want to say thank you all for tuning in to my channel, Black Dragon National President, and definitely appreciate seeing every one of you out on my morning walk here. Today we're going to talk about Motorcycle Ministries, and I get a lot of email about Motorcycle Ministries. Now, I don't know a lot about Motorcycle Ministries, but we will talk a little bit about what I know, which is not a whole lot, but it might be helpful to some. So just want to tell you right off, I appreciate everybody. We went over the 10,000 subscriber limit, which was really amazing. And even though I've had some recent troubles, I haven't been on every morning. All of my subscribers and folks have stayed with me and sent me all kinds of greetings and letters of well-wishing. And you guys all know that 2018 has been off to a rocky start for me. Fire right at the end of 2017, and readjustment in my motorcycle club life, and all kinds of things have gone on. So to have you guys with me still is a blessing, and I definitely appreciate it. For those of you who have not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you feel that it helps you. Share the videos that you feel might help specific people in your community. This is a motorcycle clubs channel designed to talk about motorcycle club issues, motorcycle club life, motorcycle club politics, motorcycle club challenges, and sometimes we talk a little bit about motorcycle club protocol, kind of talking about how things are done, how they could be done better, and perhaps how they should be done. The views I express are my own. They are not held by everyone. If I tell you a certain way to do something, there's probably about 300 other ways you could go about doing it. I talk about my own experiences, what's happened in my 29 years as a full patch brother of a 44-year-old motorcycle club nation. I had the honor and privilege to be national president of that nation for longer than many national presidents. I stood for 8 years as the national president. And during my time, I started scores of chapters across the country from coast to coast nationwide. So I use that experience. And a lot of times I will often say everything I hate is probably everything I've ever done. So if I tell you not to do something, I probably did it. So I don't tell you because I'm so great. I tell you because when you shortcut, when you make excuses, when you mistreat people, when you go over the edge, you pay for that. You pay for that in ways that you might not know initially, especially if you're in a leadership position. And so to get better, we talk about strategies for getting better. My old submarine captain, commanding officer, used to say, we all deserve the right to get smarter later. So as I've been around and been able to achieve later, I've gotten smarter. So if you can learn from somebody else's experiences, perhaps you won't make the same mistakes I've made. Supporting the channel. You can support this channel by hitting the super chat button, giving us a few bucks. We're trying to get some better equipment. You can also go to our patronage channel, Black Dragon NP for National President, at Patreon. There you can pledge a monthly donation, and every month it'll be collected from you, $5, $10, whatever, 20, 1,000, 10,000, whatever the case may be. That's how you can support the channel directly. And you can also support the channel by buying my books. And I have 4 out for you right now, which are Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the Public Relations Officer's Bible. All right, so that's my shameless pitch for the channel. Oh, if you subscribe to the channel, also hit the notification bell. Notification bell will notify you anytime I'm speaking. I'm on a tough hill right now, and it is whooping my booty. All right, let's see. Don, good morning, Black Dragon. Looks like you're walking a little faster today. I am trying to step it up. I promise you guys a heck of a workout channel, and I haven't done very many workout videos. Life kind of caught up with me, threw me some elbows, but I'm doing good now, so I'm trying to exercise good. So I picked a long road that has these things in it, and so now I'm at the top, so hopefully my breathing gets better. But we're trying to get ourselves together here. Yes, OG Miklo, you caught me live. What's up, man? Oh, let me make sure to tell you guys. OG Miklo is one of my riders on our channel. We have a Facebook page called MC Talk TV, and I have 5 riders over there that are most amazing riders, including OG Miklo and Mikey 1%er, as well as we have Black Sheep, and we have a new female rider. You guys are going to really like her as well. So go over to the channel over there, which is MC Talk TV. All right, so Motorcycle Ministries. And I did this Sunday, I think. Saturday. I did this Saturday morning, and this phone just kept quitting out so bad. It just really made me angry. So I've made 314 videos with this phone. 314 over the last year and a half. And I just cannot believe that, you know, it's acting the way it is. Morning, brother. Glad to see you doing good. What's up? Oh, that's who I forgot. Diablo. Diablo's also on there. So we got Diablo, Miklo, Mikey 1%er, Black Sheep, and then a female, and I'm not recalling her name right now. I hope she doesn't see this video, but I haven't been on my site in a minute. Eric says, so happy you have this channel. Thank you, Eric. The Rock Drifter says his founder is a preacher. That must be interesting. So, we've got to talk about for a few minutes. I get all these questions about Motorcycle Ministries, and I have to be honest. I don't know much about Motorcycle Ministries, even though the Black Sabbath is often mistaken for a motorcycle ministry, because we have a cross on our back. Oh, I'm Merlin from. I'm Merlin, not Diablo. I'm sorry. You look like you look like Diablo. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Merlin from Yuma, not Diablo from Washington State. Thank you, sir. You guys have the same name. So, the Black Sabbath is often thought of as a motorcycle ministry because we have a motorcycle riding across a cross, and people say, "Oh, you guys must be a Christian MC," and we're not a Christian MC. We have roots in Christianity. Our motorcycle club started as 7 black men who rode on Sundays, so they called themselves the Black Sabbath, and the cross and the motorcycle riding across the cross was to show reverence to the roots of the club in Christianity, not necessarily to set the club out as a motorcycle ministry. So a lot of times from all over the world, I get a lot of questions from motorcycle ministries about that. And so the other questions come like, how do you start a motorcycle ministry? And do you still have to go through the same kind of protocol? And all of those kinds of questions. And I don't yet 100% know the answers to that. Somebody said we have a ministry and as a support club. They are the best support club that we have here in Ohio. So I don't have all those answers, but I'm going to dig and find out some of these answers for you. But know this: if you put the letters MC on your vest, you're going to have to deal with dominant motorcycle clubs. Oh my goodness, I made that hill. And when you deal with dominant motorcycle clubs, you're going to have to go through normal protocols to get your club established, recognized, and respected. Now, there may be some considerations given to some motorcycle ministries out there by the 1%ers. I mean, who really is going to stand in the way of somebody who's trying to represent God? And those folks love God too. So I've seen veterans motorcycle clubs and military motorcycle clubs and some motorcycle ministries have a little bit of a pass on some things. But know that when you're going to go into a motorcycle ministry, that you're coming into Rome. And when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans. So if you want to be accepted and heard and recognized, and you want your mission to be heard, and you're on a mission from God, you're on a mission of God, you're on a mission to win souls, and it doesn't really matter what your motorcycle ministry is. It could be Buddhism, or I've seen them all. I've seen Islamic, Muslim motorcycle ministries. I've seen Buddhist ones. I have seen them all. I've seen a lot of holy people want to extend their religion, and they love bikes, and they love bikers, and they love motorcycle clubs, and so there they are. You're not going to catch that thing. It's going to kick your ass. So why don't you come up here? I don't need to put another leg on you. So you're going to see. I've seen a lot of that, and some of those guys matriculate well. Some of those guys matriculate well, and they get along well, and everybody likes them. Some of those guys don't have good social skills, or they don't understand the dynamics of motorcycle clubs and how they operate. So you will see those guys not doing so well as they're trying to be accepted into the motorcycle club world so that they can get their message out, the message of their agenda. So I tell motorcycle ministry people, learn the culture first. Yes, you want to spread the word of God. But, I kind of liken it to that fiery preacher you see on the corner of a street in New York or Los Angeles or any big metropolis. And for those of you who have been to big cities, you'll walk down the street and there's this guy with this Bible, and he is preaching up a storm. And it's probably a good darn storm. But ain't nobody listening. Because there's a time and a place for everything. And the time and the place, a lot of times, is after you get acceptance of the listeners to hear you. Once you have a buy-in from a listener, then you have an audience that can receive your message. Getting that buy-in is the hardest thing. For me, it's much easier. I can just put this thing up on YouTube, and you can buy into it anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want to hear Black Dragon talking now. But I wouldn't have the same impact standing on a street corner in New York City preaching during rush hour when people are trying to get to the subway and nobody's trying to hear me. But people do it. And some have an amount of success that they enjoy. But I think it's much more difficult to do that than it is to go and build yourself a little storefront church and start recruiting to bring people into it, where you have a receptive audience and you're reaching more people simply because more people have a willing ear. So if you're going to come on the motorcycle set and just say to hell with all our protocols and throw anything you want on your back and think somebody's going to hear you, I think you're daydreaming. And I don't think that's going to give you the results that you're looking for. So with anything you're trying to do, you have to learn the culture. And learning the culture will put you in your best kind of standing to get your lesson heard. So I think motorcycle ministries are most needed. I have had many chaplains in my motorcycle, well, not many. There's been, many. Through my time, we've had many men of God, many deacons, all of those things. And we had a chaplain specifically assigned during my presidency. So, I believe that men of God are necessary and women of God are necessary in organizations because they provide good spiritual strength and talk to us about our souls and our salvation and things like that we need to know about to move on as part of the human spirit. So I encourage them. I like when someone comes up and tells me, the Lord loves you. And it's up to the spiritual advisor to know when the best time to do that is. It might not always be the best time to do that when a guy's drunk in a bar with strippers hanging all over him. He might not be ready to hear you then. But you know when to put your message out, who may or may not hear you. I think the biggest thing that I like to see when dealing with those guys is I like to see consistency. It's really difficult for me to hear what a spiritual person you are and how God is going to help me when you're acting as ungodly as I am. So if I got strippers laying all over the top of me and you got strippers laying all over the top of you, it doesn't seem to me like you're necessarily walking the walk you claim to be walking. I'm just saying. And sometimes I tell guys, you need to decide what it is you want to be. Do you want to be me? Or do you want me to be what you're talking about? Because the actions I'm seeing you do right now, you're cussing and fighting and warring just as bad as anybody else. So, dude, to me, that's not what I heard being godlike was about. So I say a lot of motorcycle ministry folks come from the bad side. A lot of them are tough guys. A lot of them are fighters. A lot of them have belonged to warring kinds of motorcycle clubs. And they found their transmission, like Saul who became Paul, and they want to help you get it. Some of those guys aren't quite ready yet because they're still only a stone's throw from how bad they used to be. So I say get yourself together, get your act together, and make sure you're representing before you come pushing up on me. Because if I see you acting in a way that's inconsistent, I'm going to let you know in a heartbeat. Dude, get out my face. And I'll be serious about it. So we're all a product of the vibes we put out. And you should be practicing putting out the right kind of vibes, in my good opinion, humble opinion. So what I say is, yeah, I believe that they're necessary. I believe that we need them. I believe that they're important. But I also believe that you need to know our protocols and practice them. You need to follow our procedures to the letter. You need to work your way in, not force your way in. You need to humbly apply, not vigorously press. And you need to be consistent in your behavior, consistent in your availability, consistent in your tone, consistent in your compassion. And because you know we are a bunch of hard-headed individualists, most of us, you need to be patient with us because we need your patience. Somebody said GBMC lost its way and fell flat on their face when they took God out of the club like a prayer at the beginning of meetings and ending of meetings. You know, that's something that the Black Sabbath has always maintained. We have always prayed before and after every meeting. And I think that's important to put you in the right mindset of what you want to accomplish when you're in a club. Black Dragon, hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up, a Facebook name given. Got a question for you. Well, go to Black Dragon Biker on Facebook and send me that question, and I'll answer you. All right, so that's my morning. I got to get on with my day. Wanted to give you guys a few minutes, talk a couple minutes about the Motorcycle Club Ministry. I think they're great things, and I like to see them when they come. And hopefully they are very successful at saving souls for God, because we all need that. Somebody said they went from 20 members to 2 members. A lot of people can, so when they stop praying, they went from 20 members to 2 members. You can draw direct correlations to the vibes you put out in the atmosphere. I can definitely say that. Love you guys all. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com if you need to send me an email. Facebook is Black Dragon Biker. If you want to friend me, go there and like the page, and then I'll be able to communicate with you. If you need to talk to me face to face, J Bunch II on Facebook, J Bunch II, and I'll be able to talk to you there. Love you all. Have a great day, and get skinny.